Hi guys, I haven't done a video in a while, but I made a list in point form that I would just like to read and just some little tidbits and things that we might all want to look into. Um, First of all, chemtrails. They're very real. They're not contrails from jets. If you see long cloud-like formations that linger in the sky for hours and hours or all day long, or they sort of turn into a blanket of a white fog blocking out the sun. Those are not contrails, they're chemtrails. And there's patents for them, so they do exist, although the Canadian government denies their existence. They are patented, so they do exist. That's the first thing I'd kind of like you to look into if you haven't already. Okay, these are just random. Okay, canola oil is more for a biofuel, not to be put into human life forms. So canola oil is bad. You want to use coconut oil, peanut oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil is great. It's nice to add into your smoothies. Doesn't really have any taste. So canola oil. Stop using canola oil unless you want to shine up your tires or something like that. Grease your door hinges. Check out the Bank of Canada Act of 1974. Pierre Trudeau set this in motion where we used to borrow money from our own bank for infrastructure. If we needed hospitals or schools, roads built, we would borrow from our own bank at little to no interest. And in 74, that all changed. Now we borrow from private banks and the interest is ridiculous. So our national debt was like this, 1974, boom, it's huge now. There's no need of this. We can renationalize our banks, but that's just a step in the whole globalist agenda to have a central bank. So it all had to start somewhere. So the Bank of Canada Act 1974, call your MP, write letters, wanting to know why we would have done this, because it doesn't benefit us at all. Okay, Bank of Canada Act. Our shampoos, hair dyes, makeup, most of it contains carcinogens and all kinds of poisonous, just chemical sludge, lead, all kinds of poisons. And I'm starting to see a connection maybe between the huge Alzheimer's rate. And when you think about how many times a woman might dye her hair or apply makeup, nail polish, perfumes, shampoos, conditioners, lotions, potions, this all stays in our bodies, and so go to a natural food store for your shampoo and makeup. A few dollars more, use a little less. That's all. Okay, Freemasons. I'm sure most of you know about Freemasons. Our Prime Minister is one. I think all the Prime Ministers that have been here in Canada have been Freemasons. Um, you don't want to be a part of them. They, the ones at the grassroots, at the bottom, I'm sure they're wonderful people. They might not have a clue as to what's going on in the upper echelons of their own organization, but Freemasonry is running this world and has been in one form or another uh, always. So maybe you don't want to join the Freemasons, okay? When you pay your dues and you do their works, you might think you're doing good for your community, but it all goes up the ladder, and you don't want to be part of that. Okay. All right, alkaline diets. You want to keep your blood level at about 7.23, I think is the right level. Acidic diets, like coffee, pop, most foods we like to eat, are acidic. And an acidic body breeds disease. So we want to keep our bodies. Not all alkaline, because you do need to have a balance, but you want to try to stay away from some of the acidic foods that are being rammed literally down our throats. Okay, so acidic is bad. Need a little, it's all about moderation, but it should be 7.23. You can buy strips at the drugstore to test your levels. Okay. You might want to check out Dr. Leonard Coldwell, Coldwell. He is a German, I believe, a German doctor who has been treating people with incurable diseases and afflictions, supposedly incurable. And he is curing people. There's a lot of fear amongst doctors and health practitioners to use the word cure because they're getting sued. But there are people out there who are doing it. Okay? Dr. Leonard Coldwell. You also might want to check out Rick Simpson. He did a documentary and wrote a book called Run from the Cure, using hemp oil to cure many diseases and afflictions. Okay, it's working. So if you're out there sick or suffering, just relax. Okay, look at alternative health options. All right, they're trying, our government here, with it's called the Codex Alimentarius. They are trying to take away our options so that all we are left with is pharmaceuticals, which, as we all know, does more harm than good. So you might want to check out Rick Simpson, okay? Dr. Leonard Coldwell. Okay, fluoride. Fluoride in our toothpaste, mouthwashes, at the dentist. Oftentimes when you buy certain soft drinks, the first ingredient is water. They might not tell you it's fluoridated water in those soft drinks. So you need to stay away from fluoride. It calcifies your pineal gland, which keeps you sort of docile. It keeps you from activating your third eye. It's the seat of the soul, the pineal gland. And if it's crusty and full of fluoride, which fluoride is one of the few things that cross the blood-brain barrier, so it's no coincidence that they're putting it in a lot of our foods and things, okay? So you need to stay away from fluoride. Stop using fluoridated toothpaste. Again, health food store, okay? And a lot of toothpaste also has sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium lauryl sulfate. Very toxic, okay? Use a little bit of baking soda every other day. Sometimes you can just use water. Get some food-grade hydrogen peroxide at the health food store. Food grade. Mix it down to 3% solution. There's spots online just to learn about food-grade hydrogen peroxide, which also people are using to help with their ailments. Okay? So stop using fluoride, please. Aspartame. Don't drink diet pop. Aspartame. Look up the dangers of aspartame. Okay? All the gum you buy now, aspartame. Anything that's sugar-free, aspartame. Okay? And it also goes by other names. They try to slip it in there under a different name. So check out aspartame. Let's see. Aluminum. There's aluminum in deodorants. All of our delicate areas, okay? They are attacking our delicate areas. Feminine products. They use chlorine to whiten that. Go to a health food shop. Find another alternative. You know what I'm saying? So the aluminum deodorants, Alzheimer's, right? You can detox. You can buy cleanses, but you have to be careful. Sometimes when you do a super cleanse, you're releasing all those toxins from, say, your liver. And unless you follow through with other methods, those toxins sometimes just sort of hang out in your body. Okay, you might get rid of them from your liver. Be very careful when you're doing cleanses. All right. Okay. Oh, that just shut off on me. All right. So let's see. We're at 10 minutes. Let's see how long they'll let me talk here. The United Nations. I told you this was a random kind of compilation of things. The United Nations. Not good. Okay? Not good. Do a little digging into the UN. For all those who think, oh, yay, the United Nations, they care about unity, united. It's a good thing. Not so good. Now they're bringing in Agenda 21, which sounds great. It's called Sustainable Development. Okay? That means something completely different than what it sounds like. Sustainable development, it sounds great. Who would not agree to that? But look into Agenda 21 and you'll see what sustainable development is really all about. Okay? It's not about me and you. All right? It's about corporations, and that's about it. All right? We don't want Agenda 21. All right? We need to clean up the planet. We need to, cut down on pollution, free energy. There's free energy devices. There's plans on the internet. You can build your own generators, put them in your basement. They power your house. Okay, anyone who's mechanically inclined can do this. Free energy, 0 point energy, solar panels. Stop feeding these corporations. We really don't need to be buying electricity. Okay, it's coming to the point where it's not really feasible or in our own interest. Okay. So what else do we have here? Cholesterol. It's not a bad. Okay. Cholesterol serves a very important purpose in our diet. We want cholesterol. We don't want to go crazy. Like, again, everything in moderation. But they have demonized cholesterol to sell cholesterol medication. Okay. You can eat an egg a day. It's not going to hurt you. It's good for you. Okay, cholesterol. Check out cholesterol. Don't believe me? Check it out. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, income tax. Income tax is illegal. Okay, it's unconstitutional. Income tax. All right, after World War II, the Nuremberg trials, okay, they set forth laws to sort of to prohibit future governments from doing what Hitler did in Germany. Okay, so one of the things that they set forth was a law stating when your government is doing things that are crimes against humanity, okay, which many of our governments are doing, ours included, here in Canada, we have a legal right and a legal obligation to stop paying income tax. Okay? We are funding, people say, oh, I don't like that my government is funding terrorism, which our government funds Israel, who are the worst terrorists on the planet. They are murdering Palestinians daily. Okay? It's a terrible situation there. Our government is 100% behind Israel. Okay? People complain about that. People complain about they're taking away our rights. Now they have a new terrorism bill where they can incarcerate us without charge. And they can throw us in jail. And God knows what else. They just passed this bill. So if you don't like what your government is doing, and it's illegal what they're doing, if it's criminal what they're doing, you need to stop paying your taxes. Okay? Stop funding them. When you pay your taxes, you're saying, I like what you're doing, I approve of what you're doing. Okay? Food for thought. You can look into that. Okay? Yeah, it's probably a huge pain, and it could be dangerous. But, we all have to make a stand somewhere, right? Birth certificate fraud. When we are born, our parents sell our name to our government, okay? And then what they do is they set up a trust fund that they don't ever tell us about. Okay? So essentially, to boil it down, when we borrow money for school or car, home, loans, mortgages, we are borrowing from our own trust fund. Okay? This is where people wonder, where does money come from? This is where it comes from. Okay? It comes from you and I. So check out birth certificate fraud, right? You might also want to check out the musical fraud, the 440 hertz fraud, where they broadcast our music to us in 440 hertz, which is very anti-life form. It should be 432 hertz. So in the 30s, they changed everything and decided that 440 makes us more materialistic, a little more aggressive. So when we turn on our radio or we buy a CD, it's at 440 hertz. Okay, it is a conspiracy. It's a musical conspiracy. There's so many things. I could just go on and on and on. All right. You might want to check out Benjamin Friedman, Freedman, Benjamin Friedman, from 1961. Interesting. This man has changed my life. Bill Donahue. He has essentially decoded religion. Okay, he's not a one religion or another. He's more about science, astrology, astronomy. Bill Donahue, wonderful man. He's been educating people for decades. He's got hundreds of videos on YouTube. Bill Donahue, amazing. You'll watch a video, you'll be hooked. I'm telling you. All right, let's see what else. There is an agenda to globalize, as they say, to have one government, one bank, one military. Okay, it's happening incrementally. They've been working on it forever, essentially. Since the Roman days, they've been sort of planning this, that how can we rule this world, how can we take over and run this show. And they're getting there. They're doing pretty good. But we're all waking up. It's happening now. It's exploding. The amount of people who are questioning everything they've been taught. Like, for example, myself, I was raised Roman Catholic. Okay, I learned about my religion. I learned about its history. I always knew there was some hypocrisy there, with the whole no women as priests thing, and altar boys, and the pedophilia. That's another thing, pedophilia. There are huge rings of pedophiles that, all these kids that disappear. Where do you think they're going? Okay? There's a lot of crazy, dark occult stuff happening, and people don't want to believe it, but it's real. It's everywhere. It's here. Okay? It's everywhere. Let's see. The Vatican. The Vatican controls everything. It controls all insurance throughout the world. It controls the banking system. The Vatican, running it. They're running it. Okay. Another gentleman you might want to check out, a fellow Canadian, Dean Clifford. Dean Clifford. Okay, he lives out west. He has had success in dealing with the government, dealing with the court system. He knows about the birth certificate fraud. He knows about. He's spent almost 20 years now, or close to 20 years, researching, learning about all the lies, essentially, that we've all been told. Okay, Dean Clifford, amazing man. Stop using table salt. Table salt has glass in it. It has been processed, bleached. There's nothing good in it. It's been iodized, which they make it sound like it's a good thing. Okay, if you want some iodine, which people are talking about to fight radiation, go to a health food shop and get some iodine, all right? You want to be using Himalayan pink salt or sea salt. Stop buying table salt, for God's sake. Stop buying white sugar, okay? There's other alternatives, not aspartame, But, there's agave from a cactus. It's super sweet. It's natural. There's other alternatives. The big ones are white flour, um, white sugar, uh, table salt. Okay, just get rid of them. Just stop buying them. All right. The best flour you could be eating is spelt. Spelt flour is alkaline. All right, and they've been genetically modifying wheat for, oh my God, for decades. That's one of the first things they changed with the GMOs, which you do not want GMO food, right? Most processed food you buy, anything in a bag or a can or a box, it's probably genetically modified, okay? That causes cancer, right? It causes terrible illness in your body. Stay away from processed foods. Just shop on the perimeter of the grocery store, like they say, okay? We're not meant to drink cow's milk, all right? Make almond milk. It's so easy. Cup of almonds, roast them in the oven, whiz them up in the processor to 4 cups of distilled water. Okay, you've got your own almond milk. Put it in a blender. The powdered almonds, 1 cup of almonds, 4 cups distilled water. You've got almond milk. It's delicious. Okay, it's so good for you. You don't want cow's milk. Get off the dairy. Dairy's bad for humans. Maybe if we were cows. We're not. All right, chemotherapy. All right, chemotherapy and radiation. Those are the only treatments for cancer that doctors are allowed by law, okay, to recommend. There are so many other treatments. Food-grade hydrogen peroxide, aluminum-free baking soda, urine therapy. Check out urine therapy. That's something that's been hidden from us for thousands of years, okay, deliberately. The elites use it. They use urine therapy. Your body makes any pharmaceutical that you need, okay? You might want to check out Andrew Norton Weber. Andrew Norton Weber. He talks about distilled water, using distilled water to heal people, okay? Just, that's the only thing you do. You change. You drink distilled water. All right? Although I have to say, he recommends drinking 4 liters a day for 90 days, okay, for cleansing with intermittent fasting. You must get a juicer and drink real juice while you're doing this. Or take cell salts. Dr. Schussler's is his name, Dr. Schussler. Cell salts. Up your salt intake because it will deplete your body of some salts and things that you need. So, distilled water, it's amazing. Okay, it's called de-aging. People are de-aging. Their hair is going from gray to its natural color. Their wrinkles are going away. Okay, there's a lot of people are saying they have great results. Water, water, water. Drink more than they say. Spring water, not the best water for you. Tap water, don't drink tap water. Okay, get a reverse osmosis filter, get a distiller. Sorry. Anyway. Alright, so the water. Okay, smart meters. Smart meters are harmful. Do not let them put a smart meter on your home. Okay? You can deny it. You can refuse it. You can tell them to get off your property. Having a smart meter attached to your house is like living inside of a cell tower. Okay? It is very, very harmful to your health. Smart meters. Okay? Don't let them do it. Smart meters. Also, the curly energy saving bulbs, full of mercury. Okay, poison. People are getting sick from these bulbs. People are getting rashes. Okay, go back to the old bulbs. All right, just use less power. All right, unplug your appliances when you're not using them. Unplug the lamps that you never use in rooms you don't use. All right. All this electricity coming into our homes, it's dirty electricity. It's making us tired and sick and sore, and we don't know what's wrong. Sometimes it could be as simple as getting a filter on your outlets. Okay, the television. There's a constant harmful projection, for lack of a better word. I can't think of the word. When your TV is plugged in, it is emitting. I'm so not scientific, and I can't remember now the term. Okay, when you're not using your TV, unplug it. When you go to bed at night, unplug your TV. Okay? Look it up for yourself. Harmful effects of television being plugged in. I don't know. Check it out. Just a couple more things here. All right. Medical doctors. All right. Medical doctors are trained in universities that are run and owned and curriculum set by pharmaceutical companies. Okay? So when you go to your doctor, don't be surprised when all he can do is write out a prescription. Okay? Don't be surprised. That's all he's allowed to do, or she. Alright? Check out some alternative doctors. Check out a naturopath. Try Chinese medicine, acupuncture. Do your own research. Be your own healer. Okay, look up things. We have this computer. We've got all this information here. Okay, don't just believe your doctor. All right, I suspect that in the future, not far away, they are going to be horrified at our health system. Okay, it's horrible. It's horrible. They haven't cured a disease in like 100 friggin' years. All right, do your own health research. Look up things. Look up alternative treatments for whatever is ailing you. Okay, you could probably do a better job of curing it yourself. All they do is treat the symptoms. Okay, they don't even care about what causes anything. All right, they are working on banning supplements in Canada, as I mentioned, with the Codex Alimentarius. So stock up now, just in case. Okay, there's some great people online. They sell natural products, supplements, vitamins. And when you buy vitamins, just be aware that there are synthetic vitamins and there are natural source vitamins. Our bodies don't know what to do with synthetic vitamins made in a lab. Okay? You want natural source vitamins. Huge difference, right? Grow your own food. Grow vegetables. Eat more vegetables, for God's sakes. You know, none of us eat enough vegetables. As far as meat, cut down on your meat. We are eating way too much meat. We were never meant to eat this much meat. Okay, meat was scarce. Throughout human history, it was scarce. Okay, you had a little bit of meat, now and then, it was a treat. Okay, we should not be eating the amount of meat we do. Alright, check out Zionism. Zionism is creeping and has crept through every aspect of our lives, okay, all countries and governments. Zionism. Look up Zionism, Zionism, okay? Tons of information on Zionism, okay? I guess that's about it for now. This went on much longer than I thought. It's like almost half an hour, and I sort of just winged it. I am not, obviously, I'm not a journalist. But these are things that we all need to look into, okay, and for our own health and for the health of our children, okay. So don't believe me. Check it out for yourselves, and I love you all very much. And take care of yourselves, and let's all get better, okay. Let's all be more aware. Just spend a little time, research this and that. And you'll be amazed at what you'll find, okay, and how much better you're going to feel, right? And don't be in fear. Just be aware, okay? Fear can come a knocking, but you don't have to answer the door, okay? Take care, you guys. Love you all.